Straight ahead on Newswatch 12 at 6, we're live at the Lincoln County Fair with the preview of one of this weekend's most popular events. Plus, see how one group in Merrill is working to preserve and spotlight the city's past. And most of you at home have had cheese curds before, I'm sure, but do you know how they're made? We'll show you as our long summer weekend edition of Newswatch 12 at 6 starts right now.
Live from Lincoln County, it's Newswatch 12's long summer weekend.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Justin Betty, live at the Lincoln County Fairgrounds in Merrill, where they have a big weekend planned ahead. And aside from all the food and the animals, over the past 5 years, Merrill has also hosted an antique tractor pull, and for some residents, it has turned into a real family tradition. Newswatch 12's Georgina Fernandez reports.
Over 55 years I've been involved in pulling.
For lifelong Merrill resident Jerome Christian, pulling tractors is in his blood.
I think my dad actually got me into it, and I got more involved in it, and I got heavily involved in it, and it was, I'm not sorry I did it.
Since he was 17, Christian has competed in various tractor pulling competitions and is a regular at the Merrill tractor pull. He says his love for competition and camaraderie brings him back each year.
It's when you see the little 5-year-olds and the 6-year-olds get excited up in the grandstand, that's what it's all about.
And he's not the only one. Organizers say the event brings over 100 participants together, some from in the community and others as far as neighboring states. And local business leaders say it's good to shine a spotlight on the town.
We really want to be able to drive economic development here with the Merrill Festival grounds and with the Lincoln County Fair to be able to bring people into, this community.
And with models ranging from John Deere to Ford, these are just some examples of antique tractors you could be seeing this weekend.
As for Christian, he's passing down the torch to another generation.
I switched it over to my grandson.
His grandson Dawson now taking over the reins for this weekend's competition using his grandfather's tractor.
When my grandson pulls the first again, and he does pull good, and he enjoys it.
In Merrill, Georgina Fernandez, Newswatch 12.
All right, welcome to Lincoln County. The skies are clearing out here right now. We are in for a cool night ahead with low temperatures in the 40s, but not right now. We had highs today back up near 70, a very comfortable day with plenty of sunshine across the area. All right, the dry air in place as well. Look at the satellite picture shows hardly a cloud across the sky today. That'll be the case pretty much all weekend long. As you look to the west, though, there's just nothing there, as there's no weather system to forecast anytime soon. In fact, our next chance for rain not until probably Wednesday night or Thursday of next week, as warmer temperatures build in as well. So our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and a bit cool with low temperatures down near 45. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. Each city or town has its own history, and the group Aware and Active Citizens of Merrill has been working for about 5 years now, what they're calling an oral history project. The group's lead advisor and secretary, John Greenwood, says the project shows how active citizens can make a positive difference in their communities.
One of the great assets of Merrill has been the ability of its citizens to collaborate, and there is a strong sense of community here.
The group is putting the finishing touches on their online history story map so citizens can explore Merrill on their phones, featuring oral history videos. So again, we are here at the Lincoln County Fair in Merrill, which has a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock joins us now with a look at what goes into putting on this event. Megan.
Thanks, Justin. I'm joined with Paul Russell, the president of the Lincoln County Fair Board. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome, Megan.
And so we know we didn't have the fair last year. How is this different from the previous years? I know there's been some backups and some new things added for people to get excited about.
Right. So, we didn't have the planning time with the COVID-19 situation last year, but we made the best of it and moved the tractor pulls into Saturday all day tomorrow. Yep. And then tonight is going to be the busiest night. We have the Demolition Derby, which everybody wants to see. We have the 4-H mass animal auction.
Perfect.
That is very important to our fair. And then for the first time in many years, two different live bands, a country band and a Nashville recording artist that's going to be playing.
That's amazing, and it must be so great to see all these people out here coming out from the community to participate in all these events. How does that make you feel after all the preparation that goes into something like this?
It makes you feel like all your hard work and the preparation and planning is worth it. I think people wanted to get out and enjoy it, and having a summer fair here in Lincoln County is important, and right now traffic is backed up in all directions from the fair, so that's a good thing.
That's always great.
But yeah, the response has been phenomenal.
That's perfect. And there's also more events happening tomorrow. What else can people be excited about?
Right, more live music at 2 different entertainment tents. The antique tractor pulls during the day, and then the big tractors tomorrow evening.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for giving us all that information. I hope you have a great rest of your night and a great weekend as the weather looks perfect. We're going to go back to Justin now.
Well, if you're in the biking mood this weekend, you may want to check out the brand new biking trail from Conover to Phelps. The final stretch was just paved recently. It's not completely done yet. There are still some signs and guardrails need to go up, but organizers say it is ready to be ridden. The 8.5-mile ride goes from Conover to Pines Park in downtown Phelps. This weekend in Rhinelander, about 1,000 Hodag alumni will remember the good old days. Tomorrow, downtown roads will largely be closed to vehicle traffic, so watch out for that. They're accommodating the very popular All-Class Reunion. It's an annual event in Rhinelander. The event is all day Saturday. There's live music downtown starting at about 3:30. Well, the weekend is here and is shaping up to be a beautiful one across the Northwoods, including here in Merrill. Jeff's in with your full forecast next on this long summer weekend edition of Newswatch 12 at 6.
Most of us barely touched 70 today, meaning much of today was spent in the 60s, so a touch of fall is in the air. You'll feel it tonight, too, with cool temperatures with lows back in the 40s. Look at the temperatures out there now, 68 in Rhinelander. Still, though, hanging on to 70 here in the Merrill area right now. We're not going to stay there, though. Much warmer temperatures are on the way. That trend will begin tomorrow with highs back in the mid-70s or so. And then, look, we're right back in the 80s for about 4 or 5 days around here into the middle portions of next week. All right, looking outside now, lots of clear skies across Wisconsin and really the entire Midwest. Great Lakes has high pressure building in. There are a few low floater clouds out here right now, but overall, a beautiful night tonight. It'll be a gorgeous day tomorrow. Good for anything outdoors, including coming here to the Lincoln County Fair. But back off to the west, there is some stuff way off to the west of us now. That's our next weather system just now entering the coast by Pacific Ocean. That will likely be in our backyards Wednesday and Thursday. That's our next chance for rain. So we have many days to get through now before we get some rainfall around here. All right, the big picture shows the front that came through yesterday is now pushed off into parts of Ohio. All the severe weather is along that front. We're in good shape for us for at least the next 5 or 6 days around here. So our forecast then tonight, though, the big story is mostly clear and cool with low temperatures back in the mid-40s. Are you ready for that? Put an extra log on the fire, right? For tomorrow, just an awesome day. Here we are, it's Saturday, a bit warmer tomorrow, highs back up near 75 or so through the afternoon, and no humidity at all tomorrow either. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Most Furniture and Mattress shows we are in good shape through the weekend into the early portions of next week. Our next chance for rain, late Wednesday into Thursday. Justin?
Well, we are here at the Lincoln County Fair, and what would a fair be without the food? And what would a Wisconsin fair be without cheese curds? Sure you've had them before. Do you know how they're made, though? We'll show you how it's done after the break. Cheese curds are a Wisconsin tradition, especially at fairs like this one. But how are they made? Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson gives us a look.
It's fair season in Wisconsin, and in Lincoln County, that means cheese curds from the Optimist Club. And they say they go through 500 pounds of them every day.
I encourage everybody to come out there. Nice golden brown, chewy to the bite, so you can't miss out. That's the best cheese curds in Lincoln County this year.
For over 20 years, the Merrill Optimist Club has made cheese curds at the Lincoln County Fair. Rob Norton remembers hearing about the cheese curds before he joined the club.
It was very unique, and I remember being in another community, and the Merrill Optimus cheese curd stand was always talked about at District.
The process of making cheese curds is relatively simple. They break apart the cheese.
We got 1,600 pounds for today.
Cover it with a special mix and put them into the fryer until they're golden brown.
Main thing is you don't want them sticking together.
What's more to Norton is all the people he gets to see at the fair. Kids, families, and club members he doesn't see often. Proceeds from the cheese curds goes back to the community in the form of scholarships, school backpacks, and the playground at Normal Park.
Optimus is a friend of the youth, and that's pretty dear to everybody that's in the organization.
Norton and other club members are happy to be back in the cheese curd stand once again this year to make people's fair experiences a little bit more savory.
It's great, and it's we're all here to help the community and make the community grow and be better.
The Optimist Club will be at the fair until Sunday. Norton says the ingredients are fresh, not frozen, and delivered hot. Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Lincoln County, I'm Morgan Johnson.
We're told it's like a pancake mix around the cheese curds. Anyway, it's a beautiful weekend for fishing ahead, if that's your thing. We'll be back with one final look at your forecast after the break, but first it's time for this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
They're both marvelous.
As we're all basking in the afterglow of the Milwaukee Bucks becoming world champions, it leads me to ask you, why don't fish like basketball? Well, it's because they're afraid of nets. So anyway, moving on with this week's Big Old Fish, we start off with 12-year-old Kylie Beckel from Woodstock, Illinois. Now, Kylie caught and released this gorgeous 18-inch, 4.5-pound smallmouth that she caught with a jig and night crawler on Memorial Day this year on Presque Isle Lake. That's one big old fish, Kylie. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. Next up on this week's Big Old Fish, now this gorgeous northern pike, this submission was sent to us by Craig Berg from Lake Tomahawk. And he tells me that Tom Moran from Fort Wayne, Indiana, was visiting them over the Memorial Day weekend and caught this gorgeous 38-inch northern pike off of their dock on North 2 Lake using just a rubber worm. Well, I think even in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that's a big old fish. Way to go, Tom. Keep on reeling them in. Moving right along with this week's Big Old Fish, we have 12-year-old Ella Fabry from Wausau. Now, she was fishing in the wind and rain with her dad when she caught and then released this beautiful 20-inch smallmouth bass. Well, if it's a 20-incher, we know it's a big old fish. Way to go, Ella. Keep on reeling them in. The Fabrys are a fishing family. Here we have 10-year-old Ethan, who caught this gorgeous 9-inch pumpkin seed while fishing off the dock. And I'd like to also add that the fish was released, too. A 9-inch pumpkin seed? Yeah, that qualifies. That's a big old fish.
All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
And we're back live at the Lincoln County Fair in Merrill. Jeff, when the sun's out like it is now, it feels very much like summer.
Yeah.
When it goes away and the wind picks up, it feels a little bit like fall.
There's a but in there, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of folks up here for the weekend. Maybe the last one before school starts later in August. It's going to be a cool one tonight at your cottage, if you're camping, whatever you're doing outside. We'll have low temperatures tonight down in the 40s across much of the area. Look outside now, though. We're still hanging out in the 70 here in the Merrill area. Most of us, though, are back in the 60s or so. It's going to be a cool night ahead. But a dry one. In fact, a dry stretch ahead for us for a while. Not just tonight, but through the weekend into the middle portions of next week. Our next meaningful chance for rain not getting in here probably until Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So low temperatures tonight down near 45, under mostly clear skies.
It's good sleeping weather tonight as long as not in a tent. That'll be a little bit chilly.
You need a comforter or a blanket, someone to snuggle with.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us on this long summer weekend edition of Newswatch 12 at 6. We'll see you later. Have a great weekend.
The 60s or so. It's going to be a cool night ahead. but a dry one. In fact, a dry stretch ahead for us for a while, not just tonight, but through the weekend into the middle portions of next week. Our next meaningful chance for rain not getting in here probably until Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So low temperatures tonight down near 45, under mostly clear skies.
It's good sleeping weather tonight as long as not in a tent. That'll be a little bit chilly.
You need a comforter or a blanket, someone to snuggle with.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us on this long summer weekend edition of News Watch 12 at 6. Have a great weekend.